Nithyananda, everybody. Uh, I'm back once again for live, and I'm going to keep coming back live, even though sometimes I'm still postponing and wondering what am I going to share. Still turning up daily to uh, see what kind of a breakthrough I can keep on pushing myself um, to get. Indijit, I see you. Hi, Ma. Nithyanandam. So just now, I decided, okay, what am I actually going to be sharing about when I go live on Facebook? It's funny, as long as I keep thinking I'm gonna go on Facebook, it feels fine. But then the moment I'm about to press the live, then the nerves start. Interesting. Anyway, today I thought I'll go on to the guaranteed solutions. And as I've been speaking about attention need and approval seeking, and going further forward from the question and answer from the Bhagavad Gita Demystified, Volume 1, which I did the past few days. And yesterday I read the story of Bhamati from the Brahma Sutras. And I thought, okay, I think there's some sort of a sequence happening here, and let me just tap into the whole subject of love. And love as defined by society, and then love defined by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the insights that are available for each and every one of us, so that we can make, I guess, in a way, better decisions, better choices, and stay in the space of powerfulness and challenge the things that keep us in powerlessness, even when it comes to the topic of love. For instance, we would have thought love would empower us, but somehow, with societal conditionings and the definitions, it doesn't always stay that way. So anyway, this is a couple of pages which I thought I'll read up to the point of what is attention seeking exactly. So the book itself, the chapter begins with, we will now enter into the Anahata Chakra. This chakra is located in the heart region. In Sanskrit, Anahata means that which cannot be created. Anahata means that which cannot be created. This chakra is locked when we seek attention and love from others, and it flowers when we express selfless love without expecting anything in return. The Anahata Chakra is concerned with love, sentiments, and similar emotions. This chakra gets locked when we constantly seek attention from others instead of exuding love from ourselves. Its very meaning is that which cannot be created, and it signifies that real love can never be created from outside and put into you. It just happens in you. That's all. It can happen when a deep awareness enters you. When real love happens, we will stop seeking attention from others and become a source of energy ourselves. So, what do we mean by attention seeking? You see, whatever we do, whatever we think, we are subconsciously seeking concurrence and approval from the people around us in some subtle way. We are very keen that we should earn a good name from everyone. We may not do this in an obvious fashion, but if you analyze deeply, you will not be at ease without the appreciation and endorsement of the people around you. This endorsement, this approval is what we call attention need. 80% of our problems is due to this asking for attention or approval. If you just sit and note down in a day how many things you do to get a good name, to maintain your reputation in society, you will see. You will find that all the 24 hours, all your lifetime, you are involved in getting approval from others. All your life, you are on a signature campaign, getting approval signatures from family and society. All your activities, all your efforts, or to get the signature of others around you. In a big register, you make a column, good father, and everything that you do for your children, you do and expect their signature of approval under that column. Then you go to your wife, to your boss, to your friends. You prepare columns with suitable headings like good husband, good employee, good friend, etc., and wait for them to sign under it. You are requesting for approval signatures all the time. That's all. Of course, this chapter is many, many pages, but I think it would be quite good to just look at the key points in each of the segments and then expand on it. So this is quite interesting, to grasp that anahata means that which cannot be created. Now I had a click actually when I was going through my ups and downs, and probably many, many, many months ago, probably even a year ago or something like that. Going through my ups and downs when it comes to feeling rejected, um, or feeling disturbance when somebody says no, or things don't go the way I want them to, or even when it comes to, oh, I care about that person but that person doesn't care about me, and all of the behavior that happens, in terms of withdrawing, um, I'm going to put this in, withdrawing love from the person, and then punishing them, or allowing myself to be punished if I say no, etc., etc. Anyway, point is, what I got is, a lot of the times I was outsourcing loving me. So I was expecting somebody else to love me because I couldn't be bothered to do it for myself. I couldn't be bothered to spend time with myself, complete with myself, accept myself, for all the things that, I am, I express, instead of subtly rejecting myself and certain parts of me that are not okay, um, really in society, maybe even. Um, this click, this awareness that I got is that I'm actually outsourcing loving me. So when I'm expecting approval from somebody else, I'm expecting attention from somebody else, it's really me saying, well, I don't have the time to love myself. I don't have the time to spend time with myself, to accept myself, and to celebrate myself, to enjoy myself, to be complete with myself. So I'm just going to hand over this job of loving me to somebody else. Okay, so this clarity, when I got, I realized that that's just putting the other person under so much pressure to keep on loving me, keep on loving me, keep on loving me. And then I do everything to ensure that I don't lose that love, or don't lose that resource that is, spending time loving me. And I would even adjust the volume, decrease the volume, um, train them to be a certain way so that, they understood what love means to me. For instance, I would have thought that, and this is in the long past, but my ex-husband, for instance, that he must, buy me flowers, on special occasion, and that would mean that they love me. Or if my, birthday happened and I didn't tell them what I wanted, but they figured it out for themselves and bought me something because they got the subtle tones in my, conversations, and they read my mind and they bought me something, then that would be love. Things like this, they're very subtle things, but the pressure of asking somebody else to love me, somebody else to ensure that I'm always in a high mood, it felt very unfair. And this is the click I got along, like, I would have said, for a year ago or something, maybe more. Um, but since then, of course, I've I've looked much more deeper into myself and learned to accept myself, love myself, but not even put so much pressure on other people to love me. That's one thing. But a subtle game of seeking approval all the time. We do it. I've checked, actually. We do this, which is like, I, it's so ingrained on us. Even as children, we were like, if you do this, you're a good girl. If you do that, you're a bad girl. And therefore, then with the danger we may feel of that person punishing us or withdrawing their love from us, for the for that kind of like feeling insecure about it, feeling the danger of that happening, we then start being a puppet, and the strings are pulled anyhow, and we do what we do, the dance, so then we are caught in this situation where we are taking something from the outside and putting it inside. Okay, so Tagrid is asking how to love ourselves. If you have a special fast technique, please share how to love ourselves. I mean, really, Tagrid, it would mean that you sit with yourself and and learn to celebrate yourself. That would be the fastest technique. Getting into the cognition of celebrating yourself. We're a miracle already. Is what I was sharing in one of the meditations we had earlier. We are already a miracle. There are so many odds um, that we have beaten to actually be here. So I don't even know how we don't start by. I mean, I do know I was in the habit of not, paying attention to inwardly paying attention to who I am, what I am, and enjoying myself. So, Tagrid, how often do you sit, have a cup of tea or have a cup of drink or whatever it is, and just be completely relaxed in your own body? We're not, right? We're always like, okay, this is not good about me, that's not good about me. We're self criticizing, we're putting ourselves down, we're comparing ourselves to other people and thinking, well, I'm not a supermodel, so if now I'm not a supermodel, society would not accept me, so therefore I better reject myself. I mean, the fastest way I would say is to start learning to celebrate you for who you are and all the things that you already are. So I trust that answers your question. If it doesn't, then please let me know in the comments box and I'll go into more depth for you. Okay, so because you asked if I have a special fast technique, I would say I completed with myself, but I got the cognition. Life is a celebration. Okay, so and I'm in it, and therefore I can celebrate myself for being here and celebrate who I am, celebrate my body, celebrate my eyes, my nose, my skin, everything about me, my voice, you know, there are even the parts of me that are not perfect, celebrate them. They're in the process of being transformed anyway, so I don't need to be hurried and worried about anything. So there's every reason to celebrate us. So I would say that this is what I'm getting from having read the 2 pages of the guaranteed solutions on Anahata Chakra. And if all of you who are watching can just take a or whoever comes across this video as well, just take some time out and see how many areas of our life we are busy playing into the hands of approval seeking and attention need. We mistake, see, when we get a compliment, we feel good. We mistake that to be love. So when somebody gives us some attention in the form of a compliment or a hug or time, if you like, we actually misinterpret that to be love, and that's the first. I think that's where we first go wrong, because uh, that would be an incorrect definition of what love actually is. Love is can only happen inside out. It cannot be taken from outside and put in, because if it cannot be created, it already exists. Then we just need to experience it. So where is it? Where is that love? How do we experience it? So we're going to go in the next few days, I'll call it part 1, part 2, part 3, however we do it. But we'll be looking at the Anahata Chakra and from the guaranteed solutions, and then seeing, so where is this love? What is it? And how do we experience it? Yes, I trust you're going to look forward to this. And I'll see if I can do the same session, like do this sharing at a particular time consistently. But if not, I usually grasp whatever time I have wherever I have it, and then share. I'll make these videos available on my YouTube channel as well, so you can follow them there. And let's go into this little adventure to find out, where is this love? How do I experience it? And how do I settle into it? So, any questions, please share. Anything you can add to my expansion, also please share. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Nithyananda.